What's up, guys? Welcome to yet another video. We are going to discuss why European football clubs are playing their finals in Saudi Arabia. I asked myself the same question, so we are going to jump into this video and we are going to discuss why these football clubs. We've seen Real Madrid versus Barcelona being played in Saudi Arabia. We saw Inter Milan versus AC Milan also being played in Saudi Arabia. And the question today is, why are these clubs playing their cup finals in the country of Saudi Arabia? First and foremost, these football clubs are companies. They earn profits, they put in investments. Therefore, Saudi Arabia has a contract. This all started back in 2020. The Spanish Cup was moved to Saudi Arabia after the Spanish Football Federation, that is the body governing Spanish football, went into a contract with Saudi Arabia as a country, as an investment. The contract was to move the cup final to be played in Saudi Arabia in exchange for some amount of money. Yes, it is a vast contract, it is a huge contract, and it is very rare to refuse such amount of money because Saudi Arabia is trying to do something as a country. You know, their economy relied so much on oil, and they are trying to transform that into tourism, and the best form of tourism is football. That is why the Spanish Football Federation agreed with the Saudi investment something to invest into Spanish football, and the final, in exchange, the final being played in Saudi Arabia, which would attract people into Saudi Arabia, which is really good. So that is the contract. It started in 2020, and I think it is going to go on for a while. All it is still going on until maybe 2029 or something. But this is one reason as to why all these cup finals are being played in Saudi Arabia as a country. Saudi Arabia read that it needs to get into football, and back in 2018 they went into a cooperation with the Italian football body, the governing body, and of course back in 2018 they agreed, they put a deal on, and that contract ran out in 2023, but it was expanded. It is going to be renewed because Saudi Arabia's learned that to get into, tourism and everything, they need football. They concentrated on football, and they have built massive stadiums. They are building a lot of technology. Even their league is now, imagine 2018, we didn't know about the Saudi league. We got to know about the Saudi league when Cristiano Ronaldo went there, and it is now massive. People are even comparing it to some of the European leagues, which is ridiculous, but it is good. It is a good league. I've watched some games and they are really, really impressive. They are very good. Therefore, I think with the way it has penetrated the Italian league and the Spanish league, Saudi Arabia is here to stay in the world of football, in terms of football, because if you mention what countries are really concentrating on football right now, we have Saudi Arabia. Remember, they also own Newcastle. We are going to see plenty of friendlies being played in Saudi Arabia. I won't say the reason because, of course, it's money. There is plenty and plenty of money in Saudi. That is why we see these teams. Even if they don't buy the players, they don't buy your team, at least you have to go there and get the bread. It was faced with a lot of controversies at the start. Recently, we've seen Real Madrid and Barcelona completely destroyed Real Madrid. Completely. It was 5-2 the score, and Barcelona won the Super Cup. They won the Spanish Super Cup, which was really good. The celebrations were nice. A lot of money was invested, and that was something, right? We are going to continue seeing a lot of finals being played in Saudi Arabia. We are going to continue seeing a lot of football players going to Saudi Arabia because these guys did understand, that in order to cement a sport in the world, they have to try and take over. Not necessarily take over, but they have to try and, be visible in the football world. And that is why even the 2030 or 2030 something, the World Cup Saudi Arabia was selected as the host, that they are going to host the World Cup of 2030. Yeah, but all this information, we are going to get into it more and more. The reason I made this video is to discuss, is it a good idea that all these finals are being played in Saudi? Is it something, the biggest league in the world can also adopt, which is the Premier League? Because we have seen it penetrate Spanish football. We've seen it go into the Italian football, where AC Milan also played a final with Inter Milan for the Italian Cup, which AC Milan won fair and square. That was a good game of football. Rafael Leo came off the bench and he was phenomenal. He was really good in that game, whereby Inter Milan was leading at first, but then when Rafael Leo came on, it was a whole different story. Football is amazing. I think it is one of the greatest sport in the world, and Saudi Arabia really wants to be part of this, which is amazing. It's good. You cannot refuse anyone to be part of an amazing sport. You cannot deny anyone the opportunity to be part of football. Just like me, my YouTube channel is about a lot of things, but also we talk about football in the previous videos, like you can see. Therefore, I think the move was good. I don't know how much money Saudi Arabia had to pay to the Spanish football. I've been trying to search a lot of articles and go through a lot of things, but it doesn't seem like there is a good source as to how much Saudi Arabia had to pay in Italy and how much it had to pay in Spain. It is just like playing the FA Cup final in Saudi Arabia, and quote me with this, I think that will also happen soon, because the amount of money these guys are coming up is ridiculous. It's a lot of money, and it is very hard to refuse, because if the prize money, they can times 10 the prize money of the FA Cup, then why not play there? I think they'll also begin coming for content creators, especially in all the fields, sports, tech, everything. That is why, if you have not yet started making content, please, it's high time you start creating content. But what a final this was. Barcelona, Madrid, and Barcelona won 5-2. Kylian Mbappe scored. I don't know, Lewandowski also scored. Barcelona's front three need to be talked about a lot. They need to be talked about too much, because they are dangerous. We are going to do more football videos, football talks like this. We've seen a lot of things happening in the football world, but thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Please go ahead and subscribe if you have not yet, and hit the like button or the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any videos that we post. Yeah, the future for 2025 is here, and we are in it, so we are going to keep on creating content. Please make sure you subscribe. Tell me what you think about football being played in Saudi Arabia. We shall experience a lot of new things coming up, because in this world, the people with the money, try to influence those that are trying to earn it, which is really good. The cup being played in Saudi is amazing. The Italian Cup also in Saudi, it was good, and it happened, and it is coming to England and other leagues. Well, Premier League is the greatest league of all time, and they have the best teams in Europe at the moment. I think if they were able to go into this top, because after the Premier League we have the Spanish League and the Italian. I think is the Italian like number 3? Probably it is the third. Then the German League, and then the French League. I think they are doing a good job, and next up it will be either Carabao Cup or FA Cup. One of those I think will be able to fold, because you cannot miss out on Saudi money like that. I know football is not all about money, but it is important. It's an important aspect. All these teams need money to run. They need money to buy the best players on the planet, and I think it is something that the UK should consider with time. Anyway, that answers your question. The Saudi League went into contract with the Spanish football body. They went probably into contract with the Italians also for their cup. And that is why we see all these cup finals being played in Saudi Arabia. I'm quite sure that even more are going to be played there. Even more cup finals will be played there. We've seen boxing. It now happens in Saudi Arabia. Boxing and what is it called? This one for Conor McGregor. We've seen Cristiano Ronaldo attending all these events. Well, boxing as a sport, I think it has moved to Saudi Arabia. I'm sure they are going to go into WWE. They are going to go into golf. They tried already to take golf to Saudi, but, well, it's not yet there. I think they have Formula One. Well, I think if they don't have it yet, they are constructing a track. Even if also other countries, Rwanda is also fighting for Formula One to go to Africa. But Saudi Arabia is doing a good job, so we salute them. And maybe at some point we shall also be able to earn Saudi money, right? Because we've seen Mr. Beast, I think that collaboration was paid for with Ronaldo and, Saudi Arabia. We've seen on camera the Saudi people telling Speed that he should send in a proposal so that they do something massive. I think it is really good. The future of content creation is amazing because even football is creating content that is entertaining. Therefore, thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.